It's the Commanders against Seattle. And what I've noted here is that this number, which opened 6.5, some small money came in on the Commanders. They got a win. I was on them today against New England. Wasn't the prettiest win.
I wish I would have. I apologized to my partner who liked that Commanders side, and I was like, God, I hate this side. And it was a whole we left a win off.
But they did get the win 2017. Somehow the game stayed under. Looked like a for sure over for the majority of the game. No points in the fourth quarter. Mac Jones with a late pick. Sam Howell was good. Sam Howell has been okay.
He has improved, and I think he's at least shown he's got some redemptive qualities, perhaps as a starting quarterback. Now, just needs to hold on the ball a little bit less.
And he's small.
Yes.
So sometimes, you can't see over the line all the time. That can be a problem, and throw some picks. He did have one pick today. Did lose one. Yeah, I believe Brian Robinson had a fumble loss. But you can't go to the Pacific Northwest and turn the football over.
No.
Right? And if they do that, they're going to lose. But if they play a clean game, are they on par with Seattle?
That's the million-dollar question, because I think a lot of people sold Washington temporarily, and that was probably smart to buy him. That certainly was on your part and those that backed the Commanders, because they did trade away two of their what are considered their more talented players. Montez Sweat, now a member of the Chicago Bears. Chase Young, now a member of the San Francisco 49ers. So it's like, okay, now the Young thing they were thinking about doing in the offseason, so that wasn't a surprise. But it's like, okay, this is a fire sale in D.C., and it does seem like Ron Rivera is a lame duck coach, just simply because you have the new ownership with Josh Harris and Magic Johnson. So do they have their next head coach on staff with Eric Bieniemy is finally getting a shot at a head coaching position, who's currently their offensive coordinator? I know my regular partner, Matt Humans, is always like, well, I think maybe Bill Belichick there. I'm more thinking it's going to be Bieniemy, but we shall see. Maybe Riverboat Ron can make a run here late in the season. I don't really think so. But look, they beat the Patriots, and this Patriots team's a bad team.
It is.
So you can't really put too much stock into that. You're going cross country. It's one of the most tough road environments in the league. Commanders have been better on the road, though, going 4-1 against the number. But how does Seattle react? Because this was the barometer this week of how good the Seahawks are. The Seahawks are still a little bit far away, because they had passed the Niners, because all of a sudden the Niners had been struggling, especially, with all them injuries catching up. Seattle got absolutely obliterated today in Baltimore. I mean, this was... Look at this, 29 first downs for the Ravens and 6 for Seattle. Seattle was 1 of 12 on third down. They got outgained 515 to 151. Seattle had 3.2 a play, Baltimore 6.9. So, yeah, it shows how good Baltimore was. Baltimore, by the way, had 40 minutes time of possession. Seattle actually less than 20 minutes. Gave up 4 sacks, only had 1 sack, couldn't run the ball. Got behind 17-3 going into the half, and then, you got to throw it all the time because you're behind against the team. But
13-28 for
Geno. Because I'm. It's not that I necessarily just want to totally sell Seattle, but boy, it's a difficult buy. It really is
to cover that number.
Yeah, because when you get your what's kicked in like they did today. And I'm stop. This is a game I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about the Commanders either.
Well,
really,
you go back just 2 weeks ago to Seattle against Cleveland. Seattle had no business covering that number.
No,
and they got a late pick to get there. So now you're asked to cover a touchdown here at home, and I get it. You should be better, but I still look at Geno Smith and I go, "What's Geno?" I trust Geno. He was not good today. His quarterback rating was about 49,
yes.
48. It was not good. But that's a Ravens defense. I've said that's not going to be the Commanders' defense. And you mentioned those number ones that have been traded away from that D line, so it will not be as good. This is the type of game. If Seattle is really going to be a player with San Francisco for the long stretch, they have to win. These are the type of games Seattle has to prove that we are on San Francisco's level.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely have to, because this is not a Commanders team that's going to go to the playoffs.
No.
I feel pretty safe saying that. So you've got to find a way to win these home games. And Seattle did. I think they had one earlier in this year in this spot against Carolina, against Arizona. So they've beaten and covered the numbers at home against bad teams, except for that opener against the Rams.
Yeah, that's the one. So, again, that number has come down just a little bit. The total there, 44.5.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.